Ivar the Boneless, the fearsome Viking warlord who couldn't walk. Born into a world where physical prowess defined power, Ivar the Boneless defied every rule of strength. Legends and sagas whisper different reasons behind his unusual nickname. Some say he suffered from a condition that left his bones brittle, making him unable to walk or even stand. Others claim it was a sinister metaphor, symbolizing his cunning and flexibility in battle, as if he were boneless. Whatever the truth, Ivar became one of history's most terrifying and powerful Viking warlords, leaving a brutal legacy across Europe that still echoes today. Born around 794 AD, Ivar was the son of Ragnar Lothbrok, the legendary Viking ruler famed for his raids across Francia and Britain. Ragnar was not only a fierce warrior, but also a revered king whose exploits inspired generations. Yet, among his many sons, it was Ivar who had become the most infamous, despite, or perhaps because of, his physical limitations. From his early childhood, Ivar faced relentless ridicule and skepticism. Warriors valued physical might above all, and the idea of a crippled boy growing into anything more than a liability seemed laughable. But beneath the surface of his fragile frame burned an intelligence and ruthlessness unmatched even by the fiercest Viking warriors. Instead of succumbing to bitterness, Ivar honed his mind, strategizing and plotting with a brilliance that would soon silence every doubter. Ivar's first great test came after the tragic execution of his father, Ragnar. Captured by King Ivar of Northumbria, Ragnar met a gruesome end. Thrown into a snake pit, his final breaths filled with venomous agony. Ragnar's sons vowed revenge, but it was Ivar who would orchestrate the most brutal retribution ever witnessed. Gathering a massive force, known historically as the Great Heathen Army, Ivar and his brothers sailed towards Britain, their sails darkening the horizon like a storm. With cold determination, Ivar laid siege to York, then known as Eboracum. The city fell swiftly, and King Ivar was captured. What followed would shock the entire medieval world. Ivar ordered the infamous Blood Eagle execution. Ivar's back was sliced open, his ribs separated, and his lungs pulled out to form grotesque wings. It was said the execution was so horrific it left even hardened Viking warriors sickened. Ivar watched impassively, cementing his ruthless reputation forever. Ivar's conquest did not stop there. He and his brothers swept across England, dismantling kingdoms and establishing Viking rule that reshaped Britain's history for centuries. While other Viking leaders relied on brute force alone, Ivar combined psychological warfare, political cunning, and calculated brutality. His warriors revered him, enemies feared him, and kings trembled at his name. Yet, despite his successes, whispers and questions about Ivar's condition persisted. How could a man unable to walk lead armies? Some historians speculate he was carried on a shield by his loyal warriors, issuing orders from the heart of battle. Others argue he rode in a chariot or specially designed carriage, crafted to instill fear as he charged into enemy lines. Whatever the method, Ivar's disability became his greatest asset, compelling him to develop extraordinary strategic skills that outmaneuvered every opponent. Ivar was not merely a conqueror, he was also a king. In 865 AD, he turned his attention to Ireland, seeking new territories. With lightning-fast tactics, Ivar swiftly captured Dublin, transforming it into a Viking stronghold. Under his rule, Dublin thrived, becoming a vibrant trade center, but also a stark reminder of Viking dominance. Ivar ruled with an iron fist, enforcing discipline and loyalty among his warriors, who saw him not as a crippled leader, but as an unstoppable force of nature. Legends say Ivar's cunning knew no bounds. He exploited rivalries among local Irish kings, forming alliances only to betray them when convenient, always staying one step ahead of his enemies. He left a trail of destruction and fear, ensuring that no one would ever underestimate him again. Yet, Ivar's life, like all great sagas, was not without tragedy. His ruthless ways and ceaseless warfare eventually took their toll. Historical records hint at inner turmoil and isolation. A man feared by all, but perhaps truly understood by none. It is said that in his final days, Ivar reflected bitterly on the heavy price of his terrifying legacy. When Ivar the Boneless died, around 873 AD, his burial was as mysterious as his life. Legend speaks of him, demanding to be buried beneath the walls of Dublin, believing his presence would forever protect the city. When enemies later attacked, they failed repeatedly, whispering that Ivar's spirit, buried deep within the foundations, continued to defend his territory from beyond the grave. Today, historians still debate Ivar's life and the true nature of his disability. Modern theories range from brittle bone disease to spinal deformities, yet the truth remains elusive. What is certain is the legacy of fear and respect he left behind. A legacy that transformed weakness into strength, ridicule into reverence, and disability into domination. Ivar's story is not just one of conquest. It's a powerful testament to resilience and the indomitable human spirit. It teaches us that true power lies not just in physical might, but in the unyielding determination to overcome adversity, no matter the odds. Ivar the Boneless, born crippled yet feared across Europe, left a mark on history as brutal and unyielding as the Viking axes wielded by his warriors. His legacy lives on, an unforgettable saga of courage, cunning, and conquest, a testament to the fierce power of the human will.